let me ask you a very simple thing, but I think it seems to be a tough one. That can we heal a physical body, or what is the basic? How can we say that disease can start from the mind? You have any
Yes,
idea about that?
yes, of course, because look, what are thoughts? Thoughts are things. Okay, why do we say thoughts are things? Well, they're things because even though we can't see them, they're there. Okay,
Yeah,
so
they are.
those, if we grow up in our childhood and we've had several maybe frightening experiences when we're really really young, that leaves an impact on the mind and the heart. Okay, and that those impacts really cause a sort of a vibrational ripple the rest of our life for us. We're always, let me give you an example. So, for example, let's imagine that, we're very young, 4 years old, 5 years old, and we're playing out in the street, with our friends. Suddenly, we hear the screech of the car tires or something, and there's a loud bang, and maybe one got hit by a car. Oh my gosh, how strong of an impression that is. Now, even for the rest of your life, when you're 40, 50 years old, anytime you hear a loud sound, you jump, you know?
Yeah.
You see?
Perfectly, sir. I already jumped with your this expression only. Okay, that's you perfectly said, sir. Perfectly. Yeah. So these are making impressions on the mind on a permanent basis, sir. And 2-3 experiences of my life also have the deep impact on my mind. But that's having so much deep impact on mind that even in today, in this present moment, if I can recall that moment, I feel the pain and the whole pain of that situation, like it's just like it's happening now. This is what
Yes,
I.
well, yes, and the problem is, well, two things. One is most of the things that happen we can't recall.
Okay,
Uh,
yeah,
they're
true,
they're that
very
they're
true.
that embedded in us. But
Yes.
the second thing is that those things which we can recall, very often then we get in a mood where, oh, this has happened to me, is such a horrible thing, and we start thinking about it over and over again. Well, now what's happening is we are giving it more power. We're reliving it and we're adding to the power it has. So when we mull over our past, it's a tricky thing because we don't want to give more power to the things that are troubling us. And this is true with people who get into depressive cycles. Something traumatic has happened, it's caused them a lot of sadness.
Yeah.
And when you go into depression, it means that now you're continually thinking about it all the time, and it's formed this loop like a whirlpool, and it just keeps pulling you down, pulling you down. You just can't get out of it. So, we have to be careful with our memory to not keep remembering the things of the past.
Okay. Any hard experiences about the past, I think, that can give you a pain in this present situation also, in this present moment also. Sir, I'm not able to cut that thoughts basically. How I can remove that thoughts that are causing me pain in, like they are just like happening now. Can I cut them?
Well, we can't just stop the mind because the mind will rebel. So, in heartfulness, here is the beauty of how it works. Instead of struggling with trying to stop the mind,
Okay.
all we do is we take our attention off our mind and we put it on our heart.
Oh my
Now,
God. We have to shift
right?
the focus from mind to heart, I think.
Yes,
This is what you're
it's
telling.
yes, of course. Because here's the thing about the mind.
Hmm.
The mind has a unique quality that it's doing all the time, is that anything that it pays attention to or focuses on, it magnifies that thing. Okay, so let me give you an example. So I'm driving home from work and I'm just having normal thoughts, about this and that. But all of a sudden I realize, oh, I have to pick up milk on my way home. Now, poof, that becomes the main thought. It fills up all my mental space. Where am I going to stop? Will the traffic be bad? Which route will be the best route? You see, the mind magnifies anything we put our interest on. And then, finally, after we're satisfied with all of the information we've gathered, then it goes back to our normal thought flow. So if we leave our thoughts in our head, all we are doing is magnifying our thoughts. So all we have to do is train ourselves gently to divert our attention to the heart. And now what gets magnified? Oh my gosh, we magnify the qualities of the heart. Love, compassion, intuition, all these good qualities we equate with the heart. Why do we equate love with the heart? Well, if you've ever had a broken heart, your heart hurts. Why do we equate intuition with the heart? Well, if we're going through a difficult time in our life, what do? We need some advice. We talk to a loved one, friend, or family member, and we spill out our heart. This is what's happening. I don't know what to do. What do they tell us? They inevitably say, well, you have to follow your heart.
Yeah, that's the common statement which we are hearing since childhood. This is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, no, so we know that there's something special about the heart,
Okay.
but we don't know that it's just like the brain is also just an organ here in our skull. The heart is something more than just a muscle pumping in our chest. It's all of these things carry information. The mind thinks through intellect and computer processing, and the heart operates through feeling. The heart feels. Mind thinks, heart feels.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. That's really I think I never ever think like that. That I have to be focused on my heart. Basically, I never ever have that concept in my life.
In a gentle way, and you can even do it throughout the day. You just stop for a second and you just say, oh, wait a minute. Oh no, let me just rest on my heart. Oh, it feels so good, and pretty soon you'll find out that your heart takes over, and we're back into our natural self again. The world needs this, Sadhu. The world
needs this concept of shifting the focus from your mind to the heart is a whole new thing in this world. Actually, nobody taught us. Nobody tell us to think like that. So yes. We need this concept to be to reach each and every single human being on this earth. This is really amazing, sir. Thank you for this answer, sir. Thank you.